Hi everyone and welcome to the review on the new Vampirella 1/6 scale figure. This is the SHCC exclusive. I'm not 100% sure what that means, but I think it's an event that took place and this figure was only available at that event. So I don't know how many of these have been made, but it is apparently proving to be quite tricky to get hold of one. A few people got in touch with me once I put up the unboxing. They wanted to know where I got mine. I went on eBay about a week ago, just over a week ago, and just looked for this so I could try and pre-order one because I wasn't sure where I was going to get it. It was just proven to be tricky to find someone who could actually, get hold of one in Hong Kong. So I went on eBay and I found one ready to ship on eBay, so I pounced on it and it came. Here it is. So as far as how many have been made, I'm not really sure. It might be quite pricey because I don't know, it's an exclusive special figure, so I really don't know at this point. That looks really weird. The the second head sculpt with the one closed eye and the tongue is I guess it will work in certain poses, so I've still got to try that and make that head sculpt work, but it's interesting. It's nice that they gave you a second head, but the main attraction is this. I mean, that's how Vampirella should look to me. Now here is the original Asian version release. This was like general release. It was quite easy to get hold of one for a fair price, but I want to go straight into the meat and show you like a comparison between the two. I'll just put them side by side. Let me just move a few things, but first let me show you everything she comes with. That base comes with the Asian version, so just ignore that. This is the stuff you get. And you don't get this stand, that's just to display this head, so you don't get any stand. So you get the crazy head sculpt with the one eye closed. She's kind of winking and licking her lips because she's just punching someone's main artery or the jugular. I don't know, I haven't thought that one through. I ain't a goddamn doctor. You got some little arrows for the crossbow, which is really nicely detailed. Yes, not metal or anything like that, at least. I think it's plastic. Actually, it's kind of weighty. Yeah, it's probably plastic, but I wouldn't be surprised if that was some kind of metal. It's very nice. There's a bat that rests on her finger like a ring. You can do the classic Vampirella pose. Yeah, you got the hands. Let's see, she's got one for holding the kind of cape. That one's kind of like a pointing finger, or maybe a trigger finger actually, for the crossbow, but you could also use it as like a pointing or a come hither. Many uses out of that. You've got one of those hands there. I believe the other one is on the figure at the moment. There's a relaxed hand there, another relaxed hand, another cape holding hand, and another trigger hand or come hither hand, or pointing down or pointing up, whatever you want to do with it. So she also comes with this incredibly sick and awesome base and two garments of clothing. We have a very thin, I don't even know what you'd call that, little night dress thing. Very thin, see-through, so we'll try that out. And a cape just like the one that came with the first version, the Asian release, or the Asian edition. So that's everything. So we'll do a little comparison between the two, and I'll show you the differences because there are many differences, and I have to tell you this is by far the superior figure out of the two, and I'll show you why. So let's get into the comparison between the two different versions. Now the boots, I always like the boots on the Asian version. I always like them. They're really well done and nice articulation in the ankles. She's able to stand up well by herself, and nothing's really loose or anything like that. It's really well done. The new boots seem to have a little bit more of a texture to them. You can see there's kind of a wrinkling effect like leather, so that seems to be new to this exclusive version. But there doesn't seem to be quite that kind of effect going on with these ones. So I would have to say the new boots do seem a little bit better. Now let's just talk about the skin tone between the two versions. Now it might just be because I've had this Asian version for a while, but the skin tone does look slightly different to me. The new exclusive version does look slightly whiter, paler than the Asian version, which would make sense. But I don't know, it could just be because I've had her out for however long I've had her now, out on display for 2-3 months. But I wouldn't be surprised. I think there probably is a slight difference in the skin tone. It makes sense, like I say. You got one Caucasian and one Asian version, so hats off to PHICEN or TBLeague for not skimping on, any detail. Now her bracelets, at least that's what I'll call them, just to keep it simple. I'm really not too sure exactly what they're called, but on the Asian version they were kind of nicely detailed, just plastic, kind of bangles or whatever you want to call them. I'll just zoom in on the design there a little bit for you. But they're nicely done. But over here on the exclusive version, they're actually like a metal that's been painted gold or whatever, but it's metal and it's gold. So they're really, that's next level. Really, really nicely done. They cover up the wrist joint really nicely. And then we have the Vampirella outfit itself. On this new exclusive version, it's like some kind of fake leather, and it feels a lot tougher and it looks a lot more realistic and more accurate to the character. As over here with the Asian version, this always made me nervous because that's not stretching or anything, that's just how it looks. You can see kind of right there, it looks like it might tear at any moment, but it is actually a little bit tougher than you'd think. But it's definitely not a patch, nowhere near this. And I know that's going to piss off a lot of people, because a lot of people did get this Asian version, including myself, which doesn't bother me because this one comes with 2 heads. So I will just take this head off and put the second head on this one, and I'll have 2 Vampirellas out of the one figure kind of thing. So, but yeah, the bikini or whatever you want to call it, I mean, you can just see it's night and day. See, it's just so much better on this one. And this one has a beautiful kind of red jewel or ruby. That's really, really nicely done. And over here, it's literally just a knot of a little silver loop. It's really not much to look at. And the collar, that might be the same. Pretty much looks the same to me. Now the Asian version does not have any earrings, whereas the exclusive version, as well as being absolutely fetching, has lovely earrings as well. So she's gorgeous, and she's totally stacked to the nines with goodies and jewels and real metal bangles around her wrist. And this is a different design to this one, and I do prefer this one. This is the one I sort of recognize from the comics and the artwork. So just let you see that one again. But that is nice though. It's always nice to have little differences. And yep, they've both got long black hair. The hair on the Asian version is longer. It comes down to about there, whereas the exclusive one comes down to about there. She looks a bit like Katy Perry. It's either interesting or unfortunate, depending on your point of view. I've brought in the 1/6 scale Kumik chair that I found on eBay. That's Kumik. Should be able to find one on eBay if you go looking for it, unless they've all sold out. But they are a great accessory for any 1/6 scale character. I find especially for Vampirella, because you can really put the chair to work, get the most out of it. Now we have both versions sitting on the chair, and this one is just something about the face. Even though you get a lot of those kind of Hot Toys figures like Black Widow, certain ones in the past had that kind of dead stare. They have that kind of just vacant look on their face, like there's just nothing behind it. Whereas this one, is staring straight forward, but there's just something there. There's a little bit of an attitude, there's something there. It doesn't seem like it's just a dead stare to me, but I actually really like this head sculpt. I've just put this little light down underneath just to catch your eyes, because you're not really picking up on the detail on the eyelashes, the eyeliner, the green eyes that she has, the way the light catches them. There's even some teeth in there. I've just noticed. I've only just noticed that there's teeth. Although I should have known that because it is actually all over the promotional artwork. You can see that she has teeth. But it's nice that that carried over nicely to the actual final product. Again, she has that really out there green sparkly eye makeup that the Asian version had that I wasn't keen on. But it's back. But because this head sculpt just really screams Vampirella, I don't mind. I'm totally fine with it on this particular version. And I can't stress enough how much improved the actual, as little of it as there is, Vampirella outfit. It's just, I have to say, it really is much more convincing on this exclusive version. I mean, you could basically say that, and I don't want to offend people who have this version because I have this version, we're all together on this, but there's a little bit of a cosplay vibe coming from this one now, whereas this one is the real deal, ripping its way through the front page of that comic, and now she's here with us on the chair, making it work. God damn. Alright, so the exclusive version is going solo on the chair for the time being. I'm just trying to cover up any little joints where the head connects to the neck. That's why I've gone for this kind of hair situation, which depending on the angle looks pretty good, but from far away it looks a little bit weird. I mean, it's probably best to just tuck her hair sort of behind her shoulders and just have it flow down her back, but that does look quite nice from some angles. But the face is exquisite, I have to say. I mean, she's absolutely stunning, just as she should be. I friggin' love that head sculpt, and I know a lot of other people have already mentioned in the unboxing, in the comment section, and the True Light review that just went up a little while ago. They're really liking this sculpt as well. I mean, I'll be happy enough with that. It's just a bonus that we get this crazy one over here. I mean, I keep calling it crazy because it just looks mental. So there is that. I'm looking forward to trying making it work in the showcase video, just trying to find the poses that really bring that out, you know, make it make sense. So there she is, making it work. And the Asian version, not interested. She's not happy, she's not pleased. She feels she's being slightly outshined, and I'm afraid she is. I say, look at that. Every angle just looks friggin' ridiculous no matter where you hit it from. It's always good. It's always damn good. Just change the hair position slightly. I know it looks a bit kind of crazy and spider leggy at the end. It's you know, you may like it, you may not, but I just gotta say, when the hair is surrounding the face, I mean, we've already been through this, but I'm probably going to say this quite a lot. When the hair surrounds the face like this, rather than being kind of, you know, just exposing the earring, but with certain Hot Toys female hair head sculpts that have rooted hair like this, it makes such a difference when you bring the hair right to the face and sort of frame it. And I think with this figure in particular, that really looks impressive when the hair really frames the face quite close to the cheekbones and the cheeks. I'm definitely looking forward to actually, you know, setting up some proper moody lighting and doing a proper showcase video on her. So you can look forward to that one. I have a feeling it'll be worth the wait. I just think that looks amazing. Let me just bring down the contrast a little bit. Yeah, that is pretty gorgeous. So give me some time, and I'm sure over the coming days I'll start to get used to that hair, even though I've had some Hello? Whoa! Someone's taken a fancy to someone else. What do you say, Vampirella? You digging the vibe Mr. Kruger's putting out there? You wanna get with Freddy? I don't think so, Freddy. She's not even looking at you, dude. I don't think it's going to work out. Come on. But I want a date with Vampirella. You gonna get a date with Vampirella. She's all mine, baby. I've spread out the hair, kind of big 70s style, like that kind of the artwork that you see, where it looks like, you know, the kind of old comic books you'd see with kind of like Conan style kind of warriors and scantily clad maidens clutching their thighs as they raise their sword to the heavens. And you'd see beautiful ladies with big hair. So that's what I've gone for here. Big hair. Looks good. Don't look too bad. It's making her look bad, to be honest, I ain't gonna lie. That transition between the head and the neck is slightly hideous. But not you. I can call you a lot of things, but hideous ain't one of them. Hideously hot? Maybe. That's about it, look at that. Alright, so switched out the head and the pose a little bit, just brought the leg up, and the eye being closed on one side is just, I don't know, I think it's something about the way it's been painted, maybe that black line, the eyeliner there, I don't know, something about it doesn't seem to quite work 100% for me, and I can't really see a fang. Obviously the tongue would be covering one of the things there, but I don't know, I can't really, I guess it's meant to be covered by blood or something, or is that it there? Where's the actual fang action? There we go. Well, I don't know, I kind of like it, but at the same time, I don't know if I'd ever display it like this. I think if both eyes were open, then it would be okay. But because one eye's closed and the other one's open, I think it's really bold of them to do that. You know, especially in the age of blank stares. I mean, that's really, really out there. They really went for it, and fair friggin' play to them. But I don't know. Let's check it from other angles. See, she just looks a little bit crazy there. From that angle, doesn't really work for me. This angle, maybe. Hitting it from underneath looks alright, I suppose, but yeah, well, you know, what do you reckon? Let me know your thoughts. Again, just trying to find a pose that makes this head sculpt kind of come to life a little bit. Again, certain angles doesn't work, other angles not so bad. Again, I think if both eyes were open, it would be a home run. But it's, you know, it makes you do poses that I wouldn't, you know, otherwise have thought of doing. I mean, I'm just literally trying to come up with stuff where I'm thinking, okay, when would she make this face? And I'll try and come up with some more for you, but put one side of the hair over the shoulder and left the other bit, trying to cover up that eye a little bit, the one that's closed. I don't know. It's kind of tricky to get that head sculpt to work in a pose that makes sense. Still, I like it. See, I'm wondering if it's going to be anything like with the Hot Toys Wonder Woman figure, where it just seemed to, after about a week or two, the hair just kind of calmed down by itself and was easier to manipulate when you're just messing around with it with your fingers trying to put it into position. Because right now I'm having trouble just getting the hair to kind of behave itself. I was trying to get the hair to kind of cover the closed eye a little bit there, just because I think the less you see of that closed eye, the better. I don't know. The hair is kind of crazy on this particular head sculpt. I'm just glad that the main head over here is nowhere near as problematic when it comes to the hair. For some reason that one isn't giving me any trouble, but this one is just a bit more frizzy, a bit more, you know, a bit more crazy. You need to maybe find some kind of mild gel or something to use in it. I don't know. Well, I guess you could just have her covering that eye up with her hand. That solves that problem. And instantly doesn't look anywhere near as nuts. So yeah, let's just go ahead and see how much of this detail we can actually pick up. Let me just get this torch here. zoom in. Yeah, so the paintwork's pretty precise, with the blood dripping. It's pretty cool. Eyes are good. Well, again, just trying to make that head sculpt work. So there you go. Playful. Well, I was just filming this pose, trying to make it work. Doorbell went, and I went to answer the door, and the postman bring me things of joy. I want to bust him out and put him right on the chair with Vampirella here, but I suppose I should wait, really, and savor the moment. Another little addition to the Halloween shelf, or the shelf of horrors. Chucky. It's basically 1/6 scale as well, so works out pretty sweet. Alright, so just before I take this head off and put the other one back on again, I think there's a kind of a solution there for how crazy that head sculpt looks. You can always cover the eye that's closed. I think that looks pretty decent, but it does mean you're going to have a pretty stressed out bend in the elbow there, so you might not want to leave it like that for long. Like literally not more than a couple of hours. But I think that looks cool. I was trying to get it to look like she was playing dead, because she's got that kind of like, I'm dead face, you know, when someone's pretending to be dead, or when they're doing a really bad death scene in a play and they've been shot or stabbed and they make that face. That's what I was thinking when I did it, but now it just looks like a Katy Perry music video. What are you gonna do? Looks like KP. Well, you don't need to be Sherlock Holmes to work this one out. Poor lady was sleeping, taking a nap. And suddenly, someone crept in through the window and snatched her life away. Took her from us. Far too soon. Now she ascends to the heavens, where she will be an angel and watch over her sister, Lucy. Although I'm sure Lucy can take care of herself. Watch out for Freddy, Lucy. He's bound to come for you next. The beast. Alright, so I'm in the process of putting on this garment thing. This lovely little black number. It's totally kind of meshy fishnet, kind of whatever you want to call that. So let's just pop the head on. As you can see, it's quite nice. I don't know whether this is going to stain the body over time. I really couldn't tell you. I don't know. We'll see how she looks when she's all done up, but can't see myself using it that much, to be honest. But you never know. It might look like amazing when it's all put together. So let's get on with that. All right. So she is wearing that garment, and it looks mighty fine. She looks really good. It is a very delicate, very soft, but hangs really well, and this would actually look very cool in a number of different poses. So again, with a body like these PHICEN bodies, TBLeague, whatever you want to call them, they do make insanely good bodies, and they can do pretty much any pose. They seem pretty durable. You can take a bit of a beating, and they also make some incredible clothing, and more importantly, we'll get to this soon, they're doing amazing work when it comes to bases for the figures. They really put in the effort. That is just insane. We'll get a closer look at that in a little while. You'll have to be careful when handling this particular piece of clothing. It's very, very fragile. I've done nothing to it. It's all been fine. I have no rips, no trouble. But it is, believe me, very, very thin, very delicate feeling. So just be careful. But it does look fantastic on her. Just back up. I don't think it's something I'll be using with her, apart from maybe a few pictures of the showcase video, but yeah, it's nice. Can't get over how good the head sculpt is. I've pulled the hair back a little bit just so we can get in close and check out the head sculpt and see the paint app. Got not too much of a harsh LED shining in her face. I'm not using the one from the camera. I'm holding one separately in my hand here. And now I'm seeing a little bit of Phoebe Cates from the 80s, you know, from Gremlins and a whole bunch of other movies. Yeah, you can see the eyes are incredibly done, the makeup. Love the way the lips are done, they're really glossy. Yeah, that's very nice. Let me just zoom in. There you go. Check it out. The eyes themselves have a nice amount of gloss added to them. But all in all, it's a really impressive sculpt and really impressive paint job. I am very curious to know how many of these they've actually made. Yeah, I really do dig the head sculpt. I think it's fantastic. I thought I'd just do one last pose with this little black lace thing on before I take it off and just put on the cape and show you that instead. But yeah, it's a nice little piece. Definitely makes a little change from the usual kind of 1/6 scale clothing. I mean, Vampirella makes quite a big change to any collection really, unless you've got a lot of the PHICEN stuff from, you know, Red Sonja or who's that white skin lady, Lady Death or something. But they've done some really interesting characters and some incredible stuff coming up from them. You know, just changing things over. Granted, she's got no hands, but it's amazing what a PHICEN body can do. I mean, it's just ridiculous. There's no limit. I mean, she's totally posed up there. That's just... Is there anything she can't do? I don't know what she's doing, but she's doing it. Just a pose. That's all it is. Just showing the posability of the figure. That's all that is. And we have Chucky. Chucky's trying to kill Vampirella, but I don't think you can kill Vampirella with a normal kitchen knife. I don't think that's going to work, Chuck. I think you're just going to upset old Vampy. She looks pretty upset. There you go. There's Chucky. It's all about him, as usual. Alright, let's take a look at the base. Wasn't sure whether or not to have Vampirella on here while we're turning this, but figured what the hell. Nice work on the tombstone there. Doesn't have a name, just RIP. And all this is your scary hand that comes out, reaching out of the earth. It's most creepy. Love the broken wall. All the skulls piled up. There's a part of a cross. It's been broken. And awesome wet looking muddy sort of gravel, dirt and mud. Claw coming up out of the ground again, grabbing that skull. Yep, Vampirella just kind of sits on this little wall here. I guess it's more for a standing kind of pose. So you can always try that out, but let's just move Vampy for a sec. Yeah, that is one hell of a base though. There's that hand coming out of the ground. I mean, it's just, that's really setting a precedent. That's the level you got to reach now with these bases if you're going to do a awesome base for your figure. I mean, this is one of the best. Ain't no denying it. All kinds of fun to be had with this. Just got her on the rotating base, checking out her butt as she comes around, and everything is just a little bit higher quality on this version. I've got to be honest, you can see the suit there Really well done. I mean, check out the skin tone, like on her stomach, the belly button, the kind of little 4-pack she's got going on there, the logo of her outfit, so clean and crisp. Look at the ribs as she goes around there. That's crazy. Just let it turn one more time. You can enjoy the view. These PHICEN bodies, they are incredible and works of art. Someone's been doing their squats, that's for damn sure. Now let's just see if we can see this rib action as she comes around. Check out the ribs under here. Oh wait, her arm's blocking her from turning. Here we go. Yeah, check out the ribs. The light will catch it and you'll see it here. Oh, yeah, we can just about make them out. Little rib cage. That is crazy. Amazing detail. Now I'll just grab some footage of the head turning and look at that from the different angles. Again, I'm really impressed with that sculpt. I think it's fantastic. Awesome sculpt, great paint app, and really good rooted hair. Fantastic. I'll just show you something that I thought was really cool. I did know about it because it was in the promotional pictures that were released, but there is a hand, the same hand that came with the original version 2, but this time with the skull that you get, they put these little holes in so she can actually dig her nails into that skull and hold it. And she holds it really well. Look, I'm shaking her around and the skull ain't falling or none of that. She's gripping it tight. She's palm balling that skull just like Jordan would a basketball. She's gonna slam, dunk it. She's gonna put it through the hoop. Look at that. She won't even let go of it. Let go. Okay, the cape is on her. It looks nice. Same as it did with the first release, the Asian version. Same thing. Exact same kind of cape. But it looks nice on her. Now I have noticed, guys, all the footage that I've shot so far is coming up to about 34 minutes. We're getting to silly length now for the review, so I've still got to film my final thoughts. So I'm going to have to chop on with this now, get this done. I'll just set up things and shoot the final section of the video, tell you my final thoughts. And sorry, I keep getting tempted to film Chucky because I just literally got him. He's very nice. I like Chucky. So yeah, there's the cape. I've got her hair tied back with like a little clip thing because her hair's dried out now from the various poses where I was using a little cup of water to tame her hair a little bit. But now that it's dry, it's really starting to poof out. Alright, we'll set it up for my final thoughts clip and we'll call it a day. Okay folks, I'll give you my final thoughts now. We'll wrap up the review because it has been quite a long one. It's been fun to do and I was looking forward to doing this. Mostly looking forward to pointing out the subtle and not so subtle differences between these two when it comes to outfit and accessories. But they are both fantastic pieces, I've got to be honest, but I really do prefer this one, the new exclusive version. I know it's probably going to be quite hard for people to pick up. I have a feeling there might not be as many of these around as there are this one. I hope that's not true and I'm wrong about that, and you can pick up this one quite easily. As I said at the beginning of the video, I found this randomly on eBay. I just suddenly thought to myself, I'll go on eBay and see if I can at least pre-order one, because I had no idea when it was being released, and I went to look and it wasn't just a pre-order thing, it actually said it was ready to buy in stock. So I think it was from Lucky_Day. I think it's that guy on eBay, if I remember correctly. But she is incredible. The head sculpt is insanely good. The outfit is so much better on this one, I have to be honest with you. It really is much better quality. It's like literally, like I said, she jumped out of the comic and became a 1/6 scale figure, whereas this one is nice, but it's a bit of a cosplay vibe situation now, as in it looks a little bit homemade, like someone just, you know, got some material and kind of cut the shape of the Vampirella outfit, whereas this one is just the real deal all the way. So, but I wouldn't feel too stressed out about it. I mean, because I know people who own this one might be a little bit pissed off that there's a better version now. But then again, there were comments when I reviewed this one from a lot of people saying that they were going to hold off on this one because they were anticipating this one to be released. Those people are going to be happy. Again, coming back to the whole point of I'm not too sure how easy it's going to be to get hold of this new one. I hope it is easy for you. I would definitely recommend it, and even if you do have this one, try and get this one as well, because then you can just pop this head off if you want to and display it with the second head, and you've got two Vampirellas. Let me just pan back. That's the box and the base for the Asian version. There's the box and the base and the second head sculpt for the new SHCC exclusive. I think she's just stunning, seriously. Really, really awesome looking piece. Alright, so now that I've got Chucky and Freddy's all fixed and sorted, and I'm just waiting for the head sculpt to come from Silent Surfer for the original wires, and then I'm going to be doing a big Halloween special. Or I might break it up into loads of little pieces rather than doing one big video for Halloween. Maybe just little segments coming up leading up to. Alright, so I hope you found the review useful. You can always follow me on Facebook, and I'm on Instagram under DKnight333, same as on Patreon. You can follow me on there, and if you feel like it, you can become a Patreon and get access to exclusive clips that I put on there just for the Patreon folk, and many other little bits of goodies. I've been uploading a lot of music onto Patreon recently, just trying to get all my back catalogue of stuff that I've recorded over the years somewhere to put it, so that at least someone can hear the damn stuff. And yeah, just been having fun on there. It's a nice small little crowd at the moment. I really appreciate every one of those guys and their support. And nothing left to say, but I would honestly highly recommend this particular Vampirella figure. I think it is absolutely knocked out of the park. Slam dunk, home run, whatever you want to call it. It's 100% Vampirella all the way. Alright guys, good luck, good hunting. Hope you enjoyed the review. I'll see you real soon.